That's right, it's Sunday, Easter Sunday at that, and this is the Sunday edition of Herbalations. I am going to be a silent guy tonight, so that means this is Jackie's show, and she has some special guests.
Hey.
Let's say hello to our panel now. Up there on the screen we have Miss Olivia Dawn, Jackie Hyde, and of course, no picture Susie.
Hi.
I see Frankenfurter didn't want to come be an honorary woman. It's fine. Hi, ladies.
Hi, how you doing?
How are you guys?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Good. Got some good weed. We're sporting chocolate blunts today.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm good right now.
Shh. You come to my weed show, and you didn't bring weed. That's grounds for dismissal.
Yeah, that's right.
So I guess it's the end of our lovely Women's History Month and Easter all at the same time. And I'm a little confused as to why I decided to do this way, but I guess I did. So we're gonna roll with it and go with it. So, yeah. What did us awesome women do aside from run our mouths every Sunday?
Yeah.
Spent some time with my mom. Not getting high.
Oh, that's Scott's hand. I was like, is that a dog?
No, that's just my fat hand in the background, sorry.
I mean, there's a couple in here, but yeah. No, we just chilled today.
Couple?
Yeah, the big one's in the living room, probably laying on the couch.
Well, what'd you say, Jackie and Olivia? What'd you do?
Oh, we just chilled today at the house. We didn't do much.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
His daughter came by to visit for a little bit. That was it.
So you guys didn't do any Eastery things?
No, I haven't really done Easter since my mom passed. It's not really that much of a holiday. You know, to me, it's just a day to eat a big meal with your family, honestly. And I was raised in a Christian household, and my father was a minister. So, yeah, to me, it's just, even Christmas, I don't celebrate it like the Christian people do. Nothing against it, you know, the way they celebrate. It's just, to me, it's just too commercialized. It's not like it was, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Scott and I just do our thing.
Jackie, do you have a second account trying to come in?
No.
An account named Herbs just tried to pop in. That's probably harsh.
Probably harsh. Like, I've been sitting here. I'm here already. I don't celebrate Easter. I don't really celebrate Christmas. I do a little thing for the kids so that they don't lose the magic, because that's the big thing on the kids side of it. I love the magic for them.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm still old school, and I celebrate it more as a coming of a new season. Like, I don't like this. I don't think it's a big thing, you know, like, hey, we pooped out chocolate. Some bunny pooped out chocolate, put it in your mouth. And do this because Jesus died.
Yeah, I never understood that. Yeah, here's some eggs and chocolate on the day, no. I mean, as a kid, it's a little different as a kid. You like that stuff. But as an adult, you sit back and you're like, Christmas, I agree, you know, for the kids, because it's that spirit and that magic. You know, when I became an adult and self-sufficient on my own, it's like, why celebrate Christmas? It's Christmas every day of the year for me. I have no kids. I just got to pay my bills, and whatever's left is mine to do whatever I want with. So that's what I do. You know, I think it's pointless that you spend all that money just for one day. No.
You do, and then, like, it's one of those things where, like, the way it's perceived, like, You know how they kind of keep bringing it up, and I do kind of agree with it, even though like it seems messed up, but like how they say, oh, Santa Claus brought this gift or whatever, and now people are getting in trouble for buying their kids like an iPad or like something super expensive and saying it's from Santa Claus. And that's where the problem became, is it's become monetary, as where it used to be more of like giving, not receiving.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like in a time of the year where people struggle the hardest because it's the coldest, it's the darkest. That's where it should have stayed, is giving.
Yep.
Right.
No, I agree. See, when I was growing up, my parents would always buy us kids what we needed first, and then it was what we wanted. That was their priority. And honestly, you know, I look at it as an adult, that's the way it should be. You ask Scott. That's what we do for each other. We buy things that we need, then it's what we want. You know?
Right. No, that's how it should be in most homes. And like my favorite gift as a child and as an adult to this day is still socks.
I love socks. I have so many of those, like, I call them socks, you know, the ones that are different designs, and I'll have all kinds of words on them and stuff. I have a whole bunch of those. I mean, probably a couple hundred.
Wow.
So I agree. I love those kind of things. And t-shirts. If I can find novelty type t-shirts off the wall that nobody else would have because it's from like this area, yeah, I love them too. Just because. So.
Oh, I feel that. That's like the fuzzy socks. Like anything that's like the fuzzy, grippy socks. One hospital stay, and I like grippy socks now. Yes, I'll admit it. But if you can get me fuzzy, grippy socks, oh, I'm on that all day with my fuzzy blanket.
Especially those ones that are like the fleece. You feel like you're walking on a cloud. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those are so nice. Especially after a day standing on your feet all day. It's like, oh, heaven. Oh, I know, Jackie. And then they had the little rubber silicone things on the bottom. It's like perfect, you know. Yep. Oh, I know.
It's there. And okay, so this one girl I work with, she came out to the campfire pit and she's got this sweater on, but it's not a sweater. It's a blanket that is also a hoodie.
Oh.
All in one.
Wow.
Like you can curl up and put your knees to your chest and put it over your knees without having to like stretch it.
So it's like a Snuggie kind of thing, but not
like a backward
Snuggie.
Blanket with arms. Yeah, it's not that.
It's like a Snuggie, but not.
Yeah.
God.
Snuggie was
I
good
would
idea
I love
for
that.
execution.
Yep. There you go. I just love them. Yeah, we have a cat that is soft. Scott's like, I'm gonna make slippers out of you because he's so soft. He feels like those fleece socks.
Hello, Robert. Welcome.
Sorry.
Gosh, no, I don't joke about turning them into socks. I'll tell you this right now, when they be acting that way, I start thinking about dinner, you know. Things are broke these days.
Yeah, I made Big Ziti last night. Whew. It's probably about 5 pounds of food when it was all said and done, between the meat and the noodles and the cheese. Oh my gosh.
Sounds phenomenal.
Delicious for sure.
Ooh. So somebody tried to ask me, because I guess apparently it's really wild to people to know that crawfish get eaten in Canada too.
Funny.
I don't eat it. Nothing against them. I've eaten them once since I've been here in a gumbo that Scott did. But yeah, I'm not big on them things. Sorry. Come on. When I first moved down here, I remember seeing these like little tunnels coming out of the ground. They're like little mud volcanoes. And I remember saying something to Scott. He goes, that's where the crawfish come out. And I was like, oh God. I was like, great, because the dog likes to stick her nose down these little tubes where these things come out of. It's like, yeah, I don't like them. I don't.
I've eaten them a few times in my lifetime because we do have them here, but I used to go out and collect them because I fed fish to my fish.
Oh, yeah.
Like 100%, I used to keep monstrous cichlids. Like I wanted the big ones, like the Oscar fish and stuff like that. And I'd go out and I'd get crawfish, and I would drop them in the tank and watch my fish like just annihilate it.
Yep. I used to have green spotted puffers. I had 8 of them at one point, and that's what I used to do. I used to feed them like ghost shrimp. I would feed them like little feeder fish. Snails were the best because they would just sit there and they would attack this thing one at a time until they pulled it out of the shell, and then they would eat the shell because it would break their teeth down. Man, they were so cool. You could feed them earthworm and hold the earthworm and just watch them. Oh, it was cool. I loved it.
Oh, Alaskan king crab.
Ragoons.
Yes, they are soup tunnels. Yes. You know, my stoner revelations always wind up biting me in the ass for a long time to come, and I'm pretty sure, hi Joan, I'm going to be living up to this
Hi.
soup thing for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah.
But here's the big question. One of the stoner people I follow regularly, I love him for it, but he ruins my brain, and I've stared my dog in the face all morning this morning, wondering what accent he would have talking to me.
Your dog?
Yes, my
What?
dog. It's an Anatolian Shepherd. They're from Turkey.
Okay. Turkish accent, maybe?
Yeah, but I've never heard a Turkish accent. So here's me
Me
wondering
neither.
what it would sound like, like at least when you look at like a French bulldog or like, a cane corso, like you look at them and you think of their voice and like they're usually rather dapper voices, but my dog, it's like, is it going to be more like you imagine what a Saint Bernard would sound like, more like old man Southern style, or like, I don't know. It's a thought.
Think
It's
Dick-
a weird thought. It's been bugging me. Like, Fifth Cali Kush.
Tyler Johnson, Hoey says, I need what she smokes to wonder that.
You do.
I mean, y'all do have audio too, you have to kind of read the comments so people
did.
are listening.
That's why she pointed out what she was smoking.
I forgot to read the comment because, my brain forgot about the terrestrial side. I'm sorry.
Harsh, I love you.
This is what happens after Harsh gets cannibalized. A bunch of women take over.
Harsh, I love you.
Hush, I love you.
Harsh, I love you so much that I'm going to cannibalize you.
Oh, man.
I think I killed Olivia. Sorry. Jacqueline, I don't know you, but you are epic, says Ty.
Thank you, Ty. You are far more than epic. I'm epically out in space. Epically elevated. Like, honestly, it's one of those things like where you just kind of have to really wonder.
Yeah. I put him in a jar, James.
No, I'm actually here. I just have my mic muted because it's not my show technically. I'm just a producer. That's why I'm not on camera.
No, you're in a
And
jar.
plus, I'm ugly anyway.
You're in a jar. We just poked some holes in the top.
Oh, like a bug.
Yeah.
Yes, I am the bug, and this is my story.
She put him.
All right,
she
I'm
put
muting
him
my
in a
mic
jar.
again. I'm supposed to be at work. Y'all leave me alone. I'm supposed to be working.
Working. Yeah, you better work.
I can't wait to meet you.
I can't. No. It's I can wait to meet you.
Yes, tonight it is. Yes, Robert, tonight it is.
It's an all-girls show just for you guys. so that you can meet some of the women without Harsh coming in to derail it and slam it into the ground and then pick it back up and laugh at me as I can't get out of the hole that I'm in. Throw me a ladder. Like, this is supposed to be a woman's.
He did try to sneak on a while ago, but all right, I'm going back to work. Leave me alone.
I did tell him he was more than welcome to come to be the male debate on this whole scenario, but there is no debate. We're always right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right, Sue?
For sure.
I mean, there's moments. I will admit that. Like the soup. I was not right about the soup. But I was right about the soup at the same time. Women lead the show as usual. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we got to do. We got to do around here. But I will say, though, women have some of the better senses of humor I've gathered lately. Because if I want to make a dead baby joke, the only ones laughing are the women. The men are looking at me like, I didn't think we were allowed to make those jokes anymore. And I'm like, well, I mean, kind of are. Just not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's truth though. Like, I mean, how often do you really hear about men?
I laugh if I find it funny. Why is there an echo?
Because you're in the Lowe's bathroom, Olivia. Somebody let her out. Davis locked her in the bathroom.
Why is there an echo?
This is what happens when the producer doesn't get to talk.
There was a shark in a button just now. That was my apologies.
It so happened it was me that was talking at the time it happened. Oh my god. That's what happens when you get high. Shut up, Scott.
Somebody needs to release Olivia from the Lowe's bathroom. She's been stuck there all night.
Yeah. Just weird. Okay.
Hey, she didn't wind up with a finger in her butthole, so there's that.
Thank God.
I've got a finger in my butthole.
Oh my God.
Hi, Sean. Not
Well,
smiling.
that makes
I'm
two
just
of us.
very nervous.
Yeah, that of us. I have to agree with you there.
Oh my gosh.
Well, between this all-woman panel and my Penguin Team 6, I think we're going to take over the world by the end of this joint.
I'm with the penguin thing.
Yeah, my army of penguins is going to roll through. I'm like, Eleanor of Aquitaine got nothing on me. I'm not going to have 300 Amazons. I'm going to have 300 penguins. And
I'm with the penguin thing. I'm with the penguin thing, so, yeah. Get off the screen, Scott.
Scott, your boobs aren't big enough.
I was just expressing my disapproval. That's all. Sorry.
What, that me and your wife are going to be taking over the world with a military of penguins?
Of penguins.
While riding a moose, says Hoey.
There you go. We each get our own moose.
You do, because you're an honorary Canadian, and as per Canadian law, you cannot ride into battle without your moose.
There you go. We get a moose. Each.
We do. Each. Each one of my officers, my sergeant at arms. Olivia got promoted to Sergeant at Arms.
There you go. FAFO.
Okay. I thought I put my cowboy hat on again. Giddy up.
I was waiting for the boat emporium.
I'm choosing to stay off camera. Scoot needs a wig and a sundress for his special appearances. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be all girls, but y'all keep talking to me, so leave me alone. I'm trying to work, okay? I'm supposed to be in the background. Go away. No, don't go away, but whatever.
Never mind.
That.
I hate to be the one that says it, but if we can't even get Harsh into a mohawk, I don't think we're getting Scott into a sundress.
No.
The plural of moose, it should be meese. It technically, as for the English language, it should be meese because the plural of goose is geese, but it's mooses. Like moose is the plural of moose, but I say mooses.
Look at the mooses.
It's straight up I do, and I don't care what anybody says about me butchering the English language. If I can't call it meese, I'm calling it mooses.
Hawk doesn't work for everyone.
Listen, I think the Ho-Hawk would really step up Harsh's game, and he'd be raking in the ladies when he goes to these live shows. They'd think he's some badass drummer, and they'd give him everything because for some reason modern day women are freaking weird and give all their attention to the drummers nowadays. Flockamies. The flockamies. It's like when the meese and the cobra chickens get brought up, it's a very heated thing here. Like we actually have to try and reach some sort of legislation on what the plural of moose is, because the Canadians do not agree on it. I will petition for it. What are you doing? For somebody that's not supposed to be in the show, he's sure trying to weasel his way in with his little snake arm. Just like,
I mean, she's at the second microphone on my desk. I mean, it's kind of hard not to look. It took me a while to frame it this way. Okay, cut me some slack, Jesus. Yes, Hoey, everyone is required to play the drums. I don't know why, but make that a thing. Go forward.
Learning the drums is now a thing, and yes, it is, because I am not going to lie. Looking at the fellow women out here, for these men that are out there trying to play the field, call me out for breaking girl code, but there is no girl code because we're beaches, and we can't follow girl code. And the first chance we get to step on each other, we fucking do. But yeah, if you learn to play the drums, I can guarantee you will have at least 5 or 6 women at your house, because drummers are the new hot thing, and you can thank Sir Chad Smith for that. Even though he's old now, their women are still talking about how hot Chad Smith is, and I still think he looks like Will Ferrell. I'm sorry, but you will not convince me that they are two separate people. They are the same person. But yes, Hoey, if that's what you need, I will help you. I will point you in the directions as wing woman. So, yeah. What womanly things do we need to bring about tonight? What world change does us women need to do? What are you thinking, Susie?
I'm trying to pack the bowl.
I don't know. Maybe too many things.
Olivia doesn't realize that even though she whispers, it's still audio.
Sorry, what were you saying, Susie, before?
I was saying that probably too much.
Too much? So what? Well, okay. Let's. We got 26 minutes. All right. So.
Oh no.
Who's baked? Me?
I meant
So
there's a lot of
let's
things.
pick one.
To be fair, Hoey, the entire panel is baked, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Now I'm going back to work. Stop it.
We're baked.
What do you think, Olivia?
About what?
She's trying to pack a bowl, Susie. She's preoccupied.
Oh my god.
What do you think? About what?
Sorry.
We need some changes around these parts. Some of these men be getting too big for them britches. What do we need to change?
I just let them do what they want, and then I tell them how I feel about it. Fuck it. That's what I do with Scott. He wants to argue with me, like, go ahead. And then when you're wrong, I'll say, I told you so. That's what I do. You know? I don't really, men are men. That's my honest opinion. Women are women. I can't hear you.
So is that your way of saying that, like, you kind of are more traditional, where you just kind of like hang back, let them do what they got to do, and then just
Yeah.
Told you.
I mean, that's the way I am. I'm old school. You know, we know what needs to be done, what bills need to get taken care of, what we need to do for one another to survive every day, day in, day out. You know, and that's how I've always been. You know, I was raised by boomers. I mean, come on.
But even so, like that is what we wanted, and now for some reason, like if you ask some of us more level-headed women that aren't Greta Thunberg, yes, but they need to change. The ones that are the most level-headed don't see anything that needs to change because we have accomplished all of our goals.
Yeah.
We can work, we can vote, we can live on our own, and we can live our lives. Past that, there should be no more goals.
No.
Aside from goals together, like a more, it really sucks to say because I don't like considering myself a humanitarian at all. But
it's kind of like how when you pay a woman a compliment, a guy would tell her, "You smell good." That's sexual harassment. That's a compliment. Why would you get offended by something like that? The guy is paying you a compliment. You know, it's like, really, you hold the door open for people. Nobody has manners anymore. It's like, oh. I'll turn around at him in the store and be like, "You're welcome." I'll yell it. I don't care. You know, it's just me.
so I would like to state, unfortunately, I feel you. Some women might feel you on this, Hoey, but I have a problem where I'm a workaholic, and I am off of work right now because of spring breakup. And I work in a man-dominated field. So I get to see all too well what women have done for me in the working world, and that is basically a man can't look at me without worrying that I'm going to go to HR. They can't make a joke at the morning meetings when I'm the only female there. Though that poor supervisor leading that meeting is like, "I'm so sorry about the language I'm about to use," and he just like spews out the F word, and I'm like, so like, do we not like swear in front of women? Since when?
I know.
I can handle myself.
Yeah, it's like, oh, no offense. I'm like, none taken. You know, I grew up with people that talk like a sailor, men and women. That's the way I am myself. You know, I don't get offended. You know,
But I haven't heard that before. Like to hear somebody like actually like look at me and say, "I'm sorry for my language," and the only word that they have chosen to say was like the F word or the B word. I've been running around on the one road for like ages, right? Like cussing up the C word about myself. Because I'll be the first one to call myself a "see you next Tuesday." So, I don't know, but I didn't know that we didn't swear in front of women. I didn't know that that was a thing.
yeah,
But yeah,
I kind of. I don't deal with people too much. I don't like the people, you know, general public. But I know where you're coming from when it came from men, because I was a machinist for 10 years before I moved down here to be with Scott. And I worked in the second shop I worked in, there were 7 of us. 6 of them were men, except for the secretary, but she mostly worked from home half the time. But yeah, It's not easy. You get either the ignorant degenerates or the ones that are like, no, no offense. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, so I know what you're talking about.
No, and it's fine. It works out great, and that working thing, as was asked, has actually worked out wonderfully for me because I have something to do for 10, 12 hours out of my day, Monday to Saturday, and I'm not sitting around kicking up my butt because I hate to say it, there's only so much house to clean.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of kids, like they go to school, and then what are you supposed to do? Like I can't get my hair done and my nails done. I don't like that stuff. That's not me. So I'm not going to spend my days doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a workaholic too.
I like something that gets me out, gets me seeing the world too. Because man, I'll tell you one thing: if you can find a job that pays you to travel, best job ever. Oh, geez. Lots of comments. It's only sexual harassment if the dude's ugly. Okay, but like, so here's the thing. If we wanted to play a two-headed snake, is that your way of saying that if an ugly woman complimented you, you would call HR? And that's not me volunteering myself. Do not email me about ugly girls inboxing you, okay? Oh, wait. As long as we understood that. This HR manager does not want to hear it. There's still a good percentage of men around here that will apologize for off language that I use myself. But it's nice to see them show old-fashioned respect. So it's old-fashioned respect?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah.
That's something new for me to learn. You leave my rag and break clean out of this, Hoey. What happened last Tuesday stays in last Tuesday. God, I didn't think he saw me coming. But women could lead I think in a way we could lead the resistance. Star Wars already proved it to us that women could lead it. I mean, like she led a pretty good army.
I don't know. I didn't watch Star Wars.
Any of
Old
them?
ones. I watched
Most
the
of
old
my
ones, but none new ones.
Yeah, and the old ones, Leia.
Oh yeah, Princess Leia.
Not Leia.
Yes.
Yeah, she led the resistance for
Right.
a New Hope, was it?
I think it was. Been a long
But
time
because
since
I've
I've
watched
seen
the
them.
Family Guy recently, I've watched the Family Guy one recently. I don't want to let that one skew my thought process, and it's trying to, because all I can see is Lois running the resistance, putting Peter in his place,
Oh god.
as it should be. Oh, is that where Scott got the idea for the helicopter? The Scott copter.
I don't know what he's doing. I think he's in a trance right now.
Wait, do what? What happened?
He was in his own little
I
world,
was just sitting there and
daydreaming.
What happened? What did I miss?
I was wondering if you would have pulled a Peter and you got a Scott copter, kind of like the Peter copter. Is that where you got the idea from?
Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Well, I mean, no, Peter's a lot bigger than me, so I can't say that. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll go with that. Yeah.
You weren't there for the rest of the conversation. It don't work. We were trying to talk about Star Wars, and it delved
No,
into Family Guy.
I was here. I wasn't here. Okay.
He could see but not hear.
Yeah. I don't know where I was. Okay.
You're supposed to share the rocket ship, not take the rocket ship by yourself.
What she said.
I think Susie fell asleep.
I think so
I'm
too.
here.
Oh no, sure she is.
Steering it
Okay.
with your little buttons.
What?
So basically, they gave the testicular tube a hand job.
This is why I shouldn't speak.
Okay, so I gotta know, where did that conversation even come from? The testicular tube.
We'll cover that in a future show. Tuesday night on CSHR Radio, the Crayolas Across Reality.
I'm wondering if that delved from the idea where these new age feminists are like, we don't need men for anything. We'll have babies in test tubes. We don't need men. We just need women DNA and we can inject them into the egg. We can have babies without men. Yeah. And I'm just like, I want to die before that world comes to be, because a world full of women, that is a terrifying thought.
I told Scott a few weeks ago, I saw an article come across the news where they predict, I'm not sure when, but you know how they are when they predict stuff. You never know when. But they predict the male species will no longer exist. The gene that makes the male will no longer be around. We will lose the male.
I actually heard something about that there
and
is
that's
something
probably
happening
why.
with the chromosome, that chromosome's dying out. Death by snoo. Yes, that will happen. If that's gonna be, I hope I die before that. I'm good on living with all women.
You are?
I'm good on that. Have you ever been in a room alone with too many women?
Yes.
No, not really.
It's happened to me. It's happened to Susie. And I hate to say it, but women alone in large quantities
It's not pretty.
are very terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, I would believe that. I've only been in groups of like 4 or 5, but I see what happens, but never large amounts.
Well, yeah. It's kind of like, I've never gotten big into them, but I know a lot of the women that I've talked to in the past, they really like those shows like the Big Brother house or like whatever like that, where they just put a bunch of people in a house together and they're like, do your thing. Well, they did it with all women. And like, all they do is fight and rip each other's hair out. And I got sent a clip of one of the fights. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. She like reached out and slapped her, but like the girl that got slapped acted like she closed fist punched her and knocked her out. Women are vindictive and vicious.
Yes.
I'd rather fight a man.
Yes, they are. They're dirty too.
Vipers. But men can be equally.
Well, you're right.
They gossip more than women, if you've ever noticed. Like, have you ever noticed how much men actually gossip and say they don't?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, you go to a smoke pit at work and they're like women chirping to each other. And it's so funny.
Yep.
I agree.
They're like, I don't do this. I don't do this drama stuff. I saw what you did at work. I saw you. You moved his 10 mil socket and laughed at him from across the room for an hour.
We did that. Oh, not we, but where I used to work at, there was this kid that used to like sit down all the time, and he ran a vertical mill. And he sat down. He never got up. Well, the one guy at work got so tired of seeing him sit around while 3 of us were running 2-3 machines each. He took the pin out of the office chair in the back, like how they had the back piece and it meets the bottom. Yeah. He took that pin out so that when he sat down in the morning and leaned back, he would fall off the seat onto the ground because the back part fell off. And it happened.
That would be perfect, though. That would so be perfect.
After that, the boss was like, no more chairs. No more.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's
He tried blaming me for it. I was like, I didn't touch it. I did not touch it because he didn't like me. Because he was one of the young ones that liked to... He didn't think it was a woman's job. This isn't a woman's job. This is for men. I go, why? Why is it just for men? Why can't a woman do it? I mean, I can read prints. I can run the machine. I can set them up. Why can't I do the same job you do? He didn't like me. So he's like, Olivia did. I was like, I don't even know what to do to get the, and I didn't. But when I found out what happened, I was like, oh, okay, that seemed easy, but it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
I mean, right now I'd be wishing it was me.
I got in a lot of trouble at that place because I just didn't take. They had a couple young guys that worked there, and they just thought, they could push you around and talk to you the way they wanted. And I was like, I ain't taking it. One of the guys slipped on me, and he said I pushed him. I was like, I didn't push him. So they wanted to fire me, but they had to have a meeting with me first. And the son went to take what I was saying, what happened down to write, for the report. So he asked me what happened. I started telling him. And then he changes the subject to something else. And he's like, so can you tell me what happened? I go, I already told you what happened. I'm not telling you again. You should have took notes like you were supposed to. And I got up, and I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going out to work. Just as I'm leaving to walk out the office, the main office door, he's right behind me. I hear his loud bang sound. He punched the wall and broke his hand.
Oh my God.
I got fired.
Because he
No, they said I pushed Alan, but I didn't push Alan. I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not a young kid just learning the ropes. I'm not wet behind the ears when it comes to that. You lose your job for that kind of stuff. I didn't touch nobody, but I pushed him. So, because, New York State is one of those at will. So they can fire you for any reason they want. And it does not matter. So, I got fired. But the reason why I got fired and everybody in the shop knew was because his son broke his hand when he punched the wall. Yep. So I caused a grown man to break his hand. Yes, that was a win-win. I lost my job, but he'll always remember me. Always remember me.
That's funny.
Well, so if the state's at will that they can dismiss you, can you just quit without notice there then and not be penalized?
You can quit. I mean, it's not recommended because some employers won't give you a good reference. I really don't care because some employers won't even give you one anyways. I've worked for companies that didn't give you one. So to me, it's like, you'll just find out how I am based on my work ethic. I didn't care. The owner said, if you need a job, I'll give you a reference. I was like, yeah, right. You fired me because your son punched the wall. You think I'm going to believe you?
Great.
Nah. Never bothered. I put him down, but I never asked him for a reference. Can we call him? Yeah. Any questions? Feel free to ask. I'll be happy to explain. Because it's always one-sided. There's always three sides to every story. So, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Either way. But yeah, I guess it always says, you can no show, no call. I mean, you can do that anywhere, like even here, but because we have labor rights and labor laws, right? In reality, I could quit with no notice. I could no show or whatever, but like my employer has every legal right to withhold any outstanding pay for 30 days from my last day worked if I quit with no notice.
Damn.
If I give them 14 days notice, they cannot withhold my wages, but if they choose to just let me go with that 14-day notice, they have to pay me out the 14 days that I would have worked.
It's a lot better than here.
It is, but that's like, but that's also comes down to the whole thing. Like I can't quit without reason and without notice. So I expect like if they can let me go for no reason, I expect to be able to leave for no reason, which is why I like the probation period, because the probation period isn't just for the employer, but like sometimes during interviews, I've been coaxed into a job by an employer and it's not been all it's been cracked up to be when I start the job. And I'm like, I don't want to stay here. This isn't what I was hired for. I
agree.
So I can quit in the first 90 days, no call, no show, and they can't do anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, most companies I work for, no call, no show, unless it's a medical emergency or someone died, you're going to lose your job. And that's how it was for most places I worked for. So.
Well, no show it's quitting, but some people, that's how they choose to quit is just not showing up, right?
Yep.
Which is what.
Well, yeah. I did that for one job when I was younger, but you're younger. Anymore now, I'll give them a notice. The last job I had, I didn't give them notice because they didn't give me notice that I was going from 35 hours a week I was serving to
Ugh.
16. So I was like, nah, I'm not giving you no notice. Like, I can't. Scott wasn't doing so well. He needed help here at home more than I need to be there. So I quit. I said, I won't be in. I quit.
Yep.
At least I called and told them. I quit. But yeah, I mean, it's like I go from 35 to 16. It's like, how am I supposed to do anything with that? Sorry, guys.
Them dogs love you. But no, it's kind of interesting work world these days. But so no way, when I was a teenager, I went to Taco Bell for lunch. I was like, I'll take a number 2, and I quit. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's one way to get a free meal.
Yeah.
So Joan asked if I had not seen the baby incubator pods where you can grow a baby from start to finish in your parlor, and they are clear so you watch it form and grow. I do gotta say, the woman in me that's given birth wishes those were a thing, because I didn't like carrying it, but I mean, if I could watch it grow, that'd be cool. But that also has led into where now you can actually pick the genes that are in your baby. So like if your baby's got blue eyes, blonde hair, all those different genetics that give them that, you can actually purchase the ways to manipulate those genes with those incubator pods. So there's that, but I've tried not to read too much in that because that's scary.
It is. It is. I mean, I don't have any kids. Nothing against them. I never really bothered. Even at my age now, I don't want any. You can ask Scott. No. But yeah, that's creepy.
I didn't want to have kids. I love the kids I have, but I never wanted kids. I've always said I didn't want kids, mainly because I knew society was going to be a shit show. I was like, it's not fair to raise a kid in this world. Nope. It's not fair to them.
I figured if I did, I did. If I didn't, I didn't. I agree with you, though. I never had them. My brother has 3 in total, and I never had any, and I'm okay with that. Like you said, with society, it's better off.
Oh, it is. It's, nope. But I do agree with Hoey. Genetics, unless they eliminate cancer, should be stopped. Like, messing with that stuff just ain't a good idea.
Right. Who cares what color eyes your child has?
Yep, you can alter that if you want to. You can pay for it. It's like plastic surgery, but in the placenta, like while the baby's forming, they do it.
Oh.
They manipulate it. So it's a really weird situation. But that is also why the whole birthing person, you're not allowed to be called a mother. It's a birthing person.
You're still a mother. I don't care. You're not going to make me stop saying how I say it. You're a mother. Sorry.
Oh, me neither. I have to always get that little laugh in about it because it's like
the whole... Go ahead.
I want the science behind it.
It's kind of like the whole cis thing. No, I'm a woman, and this is a man. Sorry. I'm not going by cis. It's not... No. I understand people want to be, recognized as something, and that's fine and dandy, but you're not taking away womanhood. It's just like the whole birthing thing, too. I mean, it's like, that's a woman's right. You just can't strip that from a woman or a man.
It's just one thing that's like each one of us genders, we have those individual things that make us unique and give us something to bring to the table, right? It's like when you think of nature, everything has to have a balance, right? So you're trying to take that balance away. Blue eyes are a gene mutation. I thought, no offense to D. Oh no, that would be. It's the green eyes that were. No, green eyes I thought were the ones that were off. Green eyes and red hair, those are the two that were not dominant genetics. They're almost like a mutation in a sense, which is why gingers have such a bad rap. But we're innocent, I swear. We're not going to hurt you. Y'all gave your souls away for free when you signed up for Facebook. Can't tell me otherwise. We sold our soul for that.
Nah.
Fight me on it. Man, I'm going to start taking that first woman to space. I'm going to try to beat her. And I'm going to make it further into space with this. I'm going to go live on Jupiter. That's it. Mars is tainted.
Yeah.
It's too close. But
No, you want to aim for the gold. You want to aim for the Goldilocks system. That's where they have a few planets, they said, that are like Earth, that are livable. And you can ask Scott. We saw a few articles about it. So,
really?
He's here shaking his head, yes. But yeah, it's in the Goldilocks system. Look it up. Habitable planets. Seriously. It's just so far away. I can't remember exactly how many millions of light years. But yeah. So it's kind of like they have to move us all there and hope like hell we pop to keep it, you know, because it's going to be like some test tubes of humans over there. In case. I don't know, but yeah, that's what we heard. Goldilocks system. Yeah.
So I can get off
like
this ride is what I'm hearing. After we
Possibly,
microwave the Gatorade. We can't even get to the moon.
Speaking of moon, who's looking forward to the eclipse coming up?
So I was excited for it till I looked at the map with Scott last week. Well, not, yeah. And I'm not going to get to see any of it, really. I'm going to get to see like 20, it's going to 20% for me. That's it.
Not same here. Not really much for us.
But I am going to stand outside naked. That is my goal. I'm going to stand outside naked. I'm going to wait.
Or Hoey Horror's moon cheese.
We'll microwave the moon cheese and Gatorade.
There you go.
All right.
Tomorrow Mercury's in retrograde. April Fool's, Mercury is in retrograde. Seriously. It's no April Fool's joke either, but yeah, supposedly tomorrow Mercury in retrograde.
And for all of us Canadians, the carbon tax is put back into full effect as of April Fool's. Because we were all fools. God. So we have a carbon tax. I'm not sure if you guys do, but we have a carbon tax.
What is it?
So it's an extra tax added on to fuel sales, grocery sales, anything that requires fuel to be delivered or is fuel being delivered. There's a carbon tax on it. So they gave us a 1-year break on it. The federal government, they gave us a 1-year break, and as of April 1st, our 1-year break is up, and the 23% carbon tax will be instituted on everything, including our fuel and our groceries. So yeah, it's April Fool's Day. I'm hoping it was a joke.
It wasn't. That sucks.
You're welcome, Hoey, but my taxes are probably due too. I haven't filed them. I told the CRA to eat it. They'll get them when they get them. But I do want to watch. I want to see it, but I hope that some people, I've heard there's a few people that have some good cameras in the neighborhoods that are going to take some good pictures, I hope, for me. I'm not going to read this whole comment, but Jack, cover yourself in tomato soup before going naked in the eclipse. Grilled cheese, pasties.
Nipple pasties. You can say nipple.
I didn't want to.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I can sprinkle some pig's blood. But I mean, yeah, tomato soup and grilled cheese. Oh boy, I really hope Hobo doesn't get his hands on this live.
You find yourself on a shoot.
Oh boy. I see James has some big dreams for this eclipse.
Oh boy.
And on that note, the eclipse will not be live from Herbalations. As Harsh would love to say, because today it fits the ticket.
I think it's
Thank
on
you,
a
Robert
Monday,
Walker. And we have a new love being formed in the comment section between James and Hoey. I wish you guys the best of luck on your future endeavors.
I love you, James.
It's been well known. Okay, well, I'm sorry I haven't noticed till right now. I thought that this was a public declaration for you two, but sorry I'm late. As per usual, I'm always late. Find out everything after everybody. Well, oh no.
Well, Jackie, I do want to thank you for having me tonight. It was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for
enjoyed
coming
myself.
out.
No, I'm
And
just
I'd
saying
like
my thank you for having me.
No,
wait.
I love having you. It's nice to get to
Anytime,
talk to you, like voice to voice, face to face.
Yeah, instead of through chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime, just say something. Not a big deal.
Now I
to
can
pop
put
off.
a voice to the words.
Yeah.
I can read it in Olivia's voice.
It is me, Olivia. The keeper of the belly button. I am the keeper of his belly button.
Ooh. That is a sacred place. People don't realize how sacred the belly button is, but the belly button.
No, it's like he
Sacred.
said. Everybody takes a belly button for granted until they don't have one.
That's the truth.
That's what Scott says.
I'll tell you this right now. I feel pretty lost without mine. Like, I know that, like, it's a weird orifice to have on your body, like, as a whole. Like, if you really think about it, it is a weird orifice. But, like, if you just didn't have one, like,
Yeah.
it would be weird.
Yep.
Why wouldn't it close up like a dog or a cat would? You know, you just see the scar and it's just like even skin. Why wouldn't it do that? Right?
I mean,
That's
it also,
That's something to think about.
it is. But, like, think about it this way. Like, the new one. Imagine if guys didn't have nipples.
That would be weird.
Just no nipples. Like, there's a
That
belly
would be
button, but no
weird.
nipples.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah, I watched a video that made me wonder what men without nipples would be like, and I don't know if I could be okay with that.
Mm-mm.
That would be weird.
I think
But I
I
guess
would
if
rather.
If it's the norm, then I guess you would be used to it, right?
Yeah, valid.
But
But, like, if
just
you had
from
to choose, what would you rather live without, nipples or belly button?
belly buttons. We don't need them unless you get them pierced. What do you need them for? I mean, they're useless as a, you know.
Just if you think
It
about
would be like
logically-
looking at a Ken doll. If you saw a guy with no nipples, it would be looking at a Ken doll.
Yep.
fair, but it also think without the belly button, at least you don't have the reminder of how you used to shit into your mother.
We were just talking about that last week about how it just like closes up and it has no purpose once you're born. You know, what's the point of having it? And then you say that, and think of our conversation last week. Oh, Jackie.
Not one of those things that you can put in a jar.
The belly button.
Well, thank you guys. We're at the 1 hour mark, so we're gonna cut out of here.
All right, love.
Thanks
for having me.
Another lovely edition of Herbalations. Thanks for coming out and stay high. Have a good night. See you next Sunday.
See you next week, babe.
Thank you.